welcome back to day number 2 of the Make More Friends Challenge. Natasha Hazlett here, founder of our gathering table, and yay, you made it. You made it through day number 1. Did you decide that you're ready to find your people? To have budding friendships, 1 to 2 of them in the next 12 months? Did you declare it out loud? Make sure that you do that. Words are so very powerful. And today we're going to be tackling a big topic, which is I'm a busy woman who's got time to make friends. And you have the time and I have the time, and we're going to dive into that. But before we do, I want to talk about this phrase or this term, friends, because it's really interesting that over the past several years, I've noticed that the term friends gets used for pretty much everything. Hey, friend, how are you doing? Like to a stranger, right? Everyone's a friend. You know someone, they're an acquaintance and they're a friend, all right? And so we need to really define, we're talking about finding our people. Not all friends are equal, right? And so last year, we hosted our first annual conference. It's called Gather. And one of our speakers was a lady named Sarah Sorensen. She's absolutely amazing. And she did a talk on friendship. And she had this diagram of these concentric circles, right? A circle within a circle within a circle, showing the different layers of friendship and the different types of friendship. So on the outer band, they're complete strangers. They don't know who you are. And then one layer in are the acquaintances, people that you know and you recognize. Maybe you cross paths with them at the gym or even at church or at your kid's school or something like that. You didn't know them or you know of them, but these aren't people that you're regularly talking with. Then you might have some more slightly deeper friendships of people that you're keeping up with and very intentionally, maybe once a month, maybe twice a month, checking in. How are you doing? Right? And then within that, then you might have some more good friends that you might text with, let's say, once a week. They know what's going on a little bit in your family and so forth. And then you've got, those are good friends. And then you have your innermost circle. These are, gosh, if you had 1 to 3 of these, it would be amazing. These are your besties, right? These are your people that if your world fell apart, they would drop what they were doing and they would come to your aid. They would sit with you in a tearful heap. No judgment. They're the people that you don't need to get your house ready for when they come over to visit. Those kind of people, those deep people. All right. So there's different layers of these different friends. And so, what I realized after standing in that neighborhood pool in the summer of 2023, trying to figure out how in the world I felt so alone, even though I'm a total extrovert and I had gone to different things. What happened? Well, unknowingly, I was acquaintance stacking. I was never really going deep with anybody. And there were several reasons for that, I will say. But one of the biggest reasons was I would have told you I didn't have the time. I'm a mom of 3 small children with all their activities. I'm an entrepreneur. I'm running a company. I'm trying to do all the things that I am asked to do. I'm spinning all these plates. I don't have time for friends and to go out and invest in relationships. But the reality was not having my people, only acquaintance stacking. It's why I only knew these people. I didn't invest time. It was starting to really affect me on the inside. And so I guess the question really comes up, Like, how do we move from acquaintance to like good friend? And in this journey to find my people, I started reading a lot of books. And ironically, there was a book called Find Your People. And it's by a woman named Jenny Allen. It's so good. And that book and several others talked about how it takes a certain amount of time to make friends. It takes between, I believe it was 30 to 40 hours for an acquaintance to become a good friend. Okay? 30 to 40 hours. Well, there's no way that when I'm just waving across the room or doing this little superficial small talk for a minute here and there, that I was ever going to log enough time with someone to become a good friend. So of course I wasn't getting asked to go and do stuff. People didn't even know me. All right. And then it takes approximately 200 hours to go from good friend to best friend, to make a best friend. 200 hours. It's a lot of time and it's not a lot of time, all in the same bit. But what are we supposed to do if we're busy? Well, I'll tell you one thing that I have taught my clients for years, and it's all in how you reframe something. If you say, I don't have the time to make friends, you're right. Henry Ford once said, whether you think you can or you can't, you're right. So I would challenge you, how do we reframe that statement that I don't have time, I'm too busy to make friends? We reframe it by, how can I? How can I make the time to find my people locally? What would it take to make the time to find friends locally? And so by flipping the script, we can look on our calendar and say, all right, I can, with enough advance notice, in a couple of weeks, if I can look at my calendar a couple of weeks from now, I can find a space of time where I can go and have a coffee or go grab lunch. Because this is important. This is our mental health, ladies. And let me tell you something that I've discovered. When I actually started making the time to go to these events through our gathering table, my husband noticed a difference. My children noticed a difference in me. I was actually showing up as a better version of myself. So my husband now knows, like, when I go to my once a week, whatever our gathering table event is that fits in my schedule, like, that's a 90-minute time, or maybe 2 hours total with travel, that I'm getting my cup filled. And because I get to do that now, I am showing up with so much more capacity for him and for my children. So your challenge today is pretty simple. I want to challenge you to find the time over the next 2 weeks to go and have an appointment, whether it's with someone that you have met in your life that you want to reach out to and say, hey, let's grab coffee, go do that. Or whether it's going and clicking on the link below this video and going to the calendar of events in your local area and going and signing up for a gathering event. It's time that we make time for a friendship. That is how you're going to make more friends, instead of getting stuck in acquaintance world, which is where I found myself for 4.5 years, wondering why it was that I wasn't getting invited to things. It's because I didn't put in the time. So now it's time to make some time. Ladies, you are worth it. You are worth it. And just know this, I know that it can feel a little bit nerve-wracking, and we're going to cover that in day number 3, but I don't want you to wait for day number 3, where we're going to talk about being vulnerable and opening up ourselves to finding our people. I want you to take the action now. It is called a 5-day challenge for a reason. click on the link, book your first meetup. And if you don't have a place in your area or none of those dates work for you, I want to challenge you to reach out to someone that you know that you maybe have been wanting to go a little bit deeper with, and schedule a time with them over the next 30 days. I'll give you a little flexibility to go and meet and make time to start developing that friendship. Sound good? All right, let's do it, y'all. See you tomorrow. Bye.